We often are immersed in a toxic work culture. We have family values and pressure, and we have socioeconomic class that are highly valued in our society. When we become slaves to these values, our own personal identity suffers. I talked about losing your sense of self. Are you expected to work long hours? It's just part of the culture. It's become autopilot. You don't feel like you have a vote. You don't feel like you can do anything different. And I have to tell you, that's a pet peeve of mine because a lot of executives and leaders that tell me they work in a toxic work culture, that you have to work long hours, it's not always the case. It's that leaders have decided on their own that they need to work a certain amount of hours to prove themselves or to show their contributions. Well, that's you making that decision. You can't control how other people live their lives and do their job and the hours they work, but you can control yourself. So when you say you're part of a toxic work culture, look at the decisions you've made. Look at the opportunities you have to change your work style and your work approach. I often find when I work with leadership teams, when I say that, they'll say, no, you're right. It's just that I don't want to look like I'm not a team player. But see, that also implies that you're being evaluated based on the amount of hours you work. And I would say that in my experience working with different levels of leadership, very, very few people are evaluated on the amount of hours they work. Most leaders are evaluated on results. But when you give yourself the narrative, you're stuck and you have to work long hours, you're also implying that that's how you're evaluated as a leader. That's how you're going to get raises. That's how you're going to get promoted. That's how you're going to get recognized.